Well, hey, folks, Dr. Mosier here. And I want to share a story with you guys. So, when we first came into Salem, and we were really, really nervous, and the realtor showed us these properties, of potential where we could start a practice, right? A building, so to speak. And so, we looked at the building that we're currently in, and we loved it. Right. And so then our meeting with the realtor, and after she showed us the town and everything was done, we went to Dairy Queen, Ellen and I, and we parked in our parking lot that we're in, and we ate our ice cream and prayed. And so, well, of course, carb loading, you kind of fall asleep. You get really tired. So we fell asleep. But before that, we were praying that this parking lot would get filled up, not just with cars, but of people, and we're able to make a massive difference in people's life, correcting their spine. And so we prayed and we prayed. So then we fell asleep. Then we woke up. And this is what's really interesting. And you may not have heard the story, but we were visiting during Halloween weekend. And if you know, our parking lot gets used for the trunk or treat across the street, the John Hay Museum. And so when we woke up, it was almost time for the parade to happen. Everything was happening in the community, which is super cool because we're not from a small town. And so seeing how a small town gets together and does things together is amazing. But I woke up and I went outside of the car and I looked around, and every single parking spot in our parking lot was filled to the brim. There is not a place you could even park a bicycle. It was so full. And it's just so funny how God has this sense of humor that let me just show you. If you trust me, let me show you. I talk about my weight loss a lot, and I don't mean to share my story to be arrogant or brag or anything, but I believe that getting under 300 pounds was an impossible feat. And so my encouragement today is making sure that you trust God, you trust him with your lives, and let him guide you. And so part of my weight loss journey was fasting and trusting him. Well, I didn't fast to lose weight, and Jesus didn't fast because he had love handle issues. You fast to seek discernment for a big decision. And so what I want to share with you guys is Elle and I made a really big decision. We decided we're going to grow the practice. We're going to look for a larger facility. And so you may or may not have heard about, but we have purchased the old Save-A-Lot building. And it's, yes, so much bigger than where we currently are. That's going to allow Ellen to pursue her dreams, but also for us to grow the office and serve you even better. And I want to really thank each and every one of you for being a part of our practice and supporting us, loving us, praying for us, really, and being part of my boys' lives and praying for them and watching them grow up. I hope many of you attend their high school graduations in, it feels like 100 years from now, but it will be here before we know it. But I want you guys a part of our lives. I want you a part of this big endeavor. We have many things that we'll share with you over what we want to do with expansion. But the key takeaway is knowing that it's to serve you better and serve the community better with better rehab facility. We'll even have like a little playground that's open to the community inside. All sorts of things that is going to be so good. But I honestly just simply want to say thank you so much. I'll finish with this. Things always change over time, right? And so the boys have this really cool 3D printer that they love making toys, and they're constantly making toys for each other, for Ethan and Evan and their little brothers. And I'm just thinking to myself, when I was a kid, the thought of printing out a toy at home is bizarre, weird. There's no way, right? And so let's fast forward. If you were to talk to me 1 year ago today, when um, when I was heavier, right, and you told me I would be down multiple pant sizes, down multiple shirt sizes, and I would be sharing my testimonial of my weight loss journey with other people, I would think you're crazy, right? If you were to tell me years ago when we started our practice and gave every penny we had to open the practice in the initial, that we would be having to expand the office and serve a larger volume of people, I would think you're crazy. I don't want this to be about us and what we're doing. I want to turn it around. What is God inviting you to do? What is He inviting you to be a part of in your life? What goals do you have? Because, we're in the beginning of the year, so New Year's resolutions, we all have these goals. So what do you want to achieve? What does your timeline look like? 6 months from now, which is our estimated arrival for the new building, and we'll be celebrating, and I hope to see you at the grand opening and everything, and it will be really exciting. But 6 months from now, what will your life look like? If let's just use weight loss as an example. Let's say you want to lose 10, 15, 20 pounds. Well, 6 months from now will still happen, God willing, but where will you be 6, 7, 8 months from now? And so that's my encouragement to you guys is I want to pray for you guys. I want to encourage you guys. But also I'm just going to be blunt and ask that you guys pray for both Ellen and I. Yes, I fasted because this was a big decision and I wanted to do right by the community, but also this be not, Chris and Ellen's will, but this is God's will. And so, comment below, if you're excited about the expansion, and comment what you hope to do in the next 6, 7 months. Love you guys.